You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is Jen,
And Jen,
letting it all hang out for your love life.
examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us, Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Hey, Single Smart Female. It is Jen squared here, your romantic fairy godmamas, coming to you today to address your questions about dating, your dating situations. We are going to dig deep into your love life. And
Hello, can you go?
yeah, we're gonna dig in deep today. I may not be your favorite person at the end of this episode. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you, but maybe I will be. Who knows?
You're my favorite person right now, but we'll reevaluate at the end.
Okay, sweet. Let's get
By the
started.
way, my name's Jen too. My
I said
lovely
Jen squared.
Oh,
I did. I said
I'm
Jen
just
squared
making
today.
sure people know I exist. I'm real.
She's real.
She was giving me kind
She
of a
does
scary look.
exist.
I love you.
Okay. Well, I accept. Love you too. Okay. Would you be so kind to read our listener question, please?
I would be so kind. This question comes all the way from Denver, Colorado. Miss Confused, who is 38. Let's hear what she has to say. Hi, Jens. I met a man on Facebook last December. We have mutual friends and he added me. We randomly messaged each other and didn't hang out until about January 16th. We dated about 2 months before he asked if I'd like to be his girlfriend. We had a lot of fun until April when I found out that he was not divorced, as he had said he was. He had said he was divorced for a year when he hadn't even filed the papers. I told him that I did not want to see him until he was divorced. Not to mention, I didn't feel good about him lying about it. He kept me updated throughout the process of him filing and the situation. I decided that since things were moving forward and he was getting a divorce, that we could date but not serious. He has 3 teenagers who are not happy about the divorce, understandably, and they have messaged me on social media after somehow finding out who I am. He got scared that they knew about me and that things got messy with him and his children, and I was getting canceled on and it was not the way I wanted to be treated. So I told him that he needs to figure out his situation until I can be in a relationship with him. He kept asking me to be his girlfriend. He pays spousal support until the divorce is finalized, but still takes me out and buys me gifts and pays for most of the things that we do. I'll offer every few dates to pay for a drink. I'm accustomed to men paying. He had finally laid down the boundaries with his ex and his children, but the situation is still tense with his kids. His daughters won't see him until he has me out of his life. I have seen the messages from her, and she asked me to give back her dad. I didn't write her back. I don't want to make things worse or her mom to get angry. Another reason I choose to not be serious is that he would disappear for weeks after an argument. The argument would come from me asking for what I need from my boyfriend. This happened about 3 times. The arguments would be about him not being as available to me as I felt a boyfriend should be. He explained to me about a month ago that he couldn't handle a relationship with me and deal with his kids and his ex still being manipulative, and he felt that me bringing things up was just too much for him to handle. So we are seeing each other again after 2 months of not talking to him. I talked to other men on Bumble, but no dates ever lined up. Now he respects my wanting to wait until he's officially divorced. He's put boundaries up with his ex and children, keeps me in the loop, asks for my opinion about his kids, and I feel like he's more available emotionally. When I bring up a need or a conversation, we are able to get through it without him getting escalated. He calls me on the days that we do not see each other. Do I keep seeing him? I feel that it's okay as long as I keep my options open until I feel that he's completely available. The reason his divorce is taking so long is that he has kids, and the state wants him and his wife to take mediation and parenting classes. I'm giving him space to come to me and show me the man he wants to be in my life. My family isn't happy about him because of the way he reacted when I last told him he needs to figure out his situation. He told me he hated me, never wanted to see me again, and that I don't know the sacrifices he's made. My friends and family don't know that I'm seeing him again. Please give me some perspective. There's a PS on here. I still have my Bumble account and am currently chatting with men and will go on a date even though I feel awkward due to the amount of time that I spend with Facebook guy. He wants to see me a lot, even offers to run errands with me. There you go, Jen.
Does my face look excited?
Well, for all those who can't see Jen, it's very, how do I even describe it? Very sullen.
All right, so Miss Confused. I'm sending you tons of love. We've got to dive into this. This is ugly. This is very ugly.
Mhm.
And it is one of the most challenging situations that I hate when women tell me that they're dating a separated guy or going through the process of a divorce. So I'm just going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you up front. It works out poorly. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. It's one of the most challenging guys to date. And it takes a toll on women that other relationships don't even come close to. It's tough. You've got a lot of other components here. My favorite, and I'm being sarcastic, being the kids involved in this. They writing you, please give my dad back. I mean, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't correspond with them, but I feel for those kids too. I don't like the fact that he lied to you about it at the beginning. I think there's something big thing to be said there. There's another piece, and Jenna, will you remind me? I want to come back to it because it's actually the piece that I want to end on that's bigger than anything here and has me very, very concerned about this. But I want to talk about, because this isn't just for you, Miss Confused. I want to talk about the whole dating separated or married guy thing. And I want Jen to speak to it as well. Again, it ends poorly a lot, takes a lot out of you as a woman, even if you do make it to the so-called imaginary finish line of getting with him. I will say a lot of times, especially when it starts off like this, or if it starts off where he's actually cheating on his wife, it fucks with your head. There's so many crappy ass components to it. And I will say, before Jen dives in and talks to you, I don't believe you that your options are open right now.
I feel the same way, Jen.
I care about you and I want the best for you, but I don't believe you for 1 second when you tell me that your options are really open. They're not. And I can tell you why, because you're spending all your time with him and you're saying it's because he wants to spend time with me, which is what we women do when we're not willing to open our options other places. It's just like when women are in relationships and they don't want to buy something, so they blame it on their husband. They'll say, oh, I have to talk to my husband, or I got it. My husband, he wouldn't go for that kind of thing. We put it on the guy. You, as an adored woman, get to call the shots who you spend your time with. This is your choice, and you are telling me right this second that your choice is him. It's not your options. It's not walking in the world of being an adored woman. It is you have chosen him. And you've got your fingers crossed and you are praying as hard as you can that this is going to work out, because otherwise you don't believe in your other options.
Yeah. And ladies, let me tell you what it looks like when you are mantourage dating and you are genuinely giving other men a chance. You see that guy 1 time a week.
If that.
Right.
If that.
It's not somebody you see multiple times in 1 week. To give someone else an opportunity, or other men opportunities, you're scheduling time for them. You're scheduling time for yourself, for your friends, for your family. This person isn't a mainstay in your week.
That's a great way to put it, Jen. Great way. So, Jen, do you have feelings on the whole?
Yeah, I do. And you're aware of a recent.
We talked about this recently, but it actually happened a while back for you. I'm just totally speaking for you, but I'm going to kind of set you up in it and let you go with it. You came to me and told me that one of the things that you've seen a bit, being where you're located at right now, because of housing prices, that you want to keep going with that.
Oh yeah. I know of a lot of relationships that men that are divorced or are getting divorced that haven't found separate homes from their exes or separated or whatever you want to call it.
Exes, yeah.
Soon to be exes, yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to keep going or do you want to stop there?
Well,
Because
I'm
you
just
just
not
stopped.
sure. No. That's good to know.
Yay.
No, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to save this part to the end.
No, I wanted to talk about this part.
The thing that I experienced. So there's a man that I have known for a long time and did not have any feelings towards other than friendship. We'd been friends for a few years. And he knows all my friends, or he knows a lot of my friends, and I'm friends with his friends. And so there was really nothing happening there. And then I kept seeing him. Socially, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually he started telling my friend, I'm going to pursue her. And my friend, she's so cute. She said, you better step it up because there's a lot of guys that like her.
I like your friend.
Gotta love that. And so he hesitated, and then he finally asked me out. Well, and I just have to back up that several years ago, I had some of our mutual friends told me that he was getting divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a couple of years have passed, so I assume, okay, yeah, he's divorced. And so he asked me, and we go out. It was so sweet. He brought me flowers on our first date, and you could see that he was genuinely excited, and we had the best time. We laughed hysterically, and at the end of the date, he asked me, so are we dating? And I said, yeah, we're dating. And he danced in the parking lot. It was so cute. So fast forward, we go on another date. Oh yeah, that date, he took me to one of the nicest restaurants and went all out, and it was amazing. And then we go on another date and another date, another date, another date. And then we're on this date, and he says, well, yeah, I got into a conversation about you with my ex. And I said, what? How did that happen? How did that happen? He goes, well, she knew that I'd been going out a lot and asked me if I was dating somebody. And I said, yes. I said, well, how did she know you were going out a lot? And he said, well, because we still live together. And I was like,
ouch.
Say what? What? And then he said, well, yeah, and we can't move out of the house because neither one of us can afford the house by ourselves. We own it and can't afford it. And then he said, and I'm not fully legally divorced. I'm legally separated. Wow.
How'd you feel when that happened?
I thought, oh my gosh, is this real? I said, wow, these are really big things you're telling me right now, like really big.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to do with this right now because we're in the middle of a meal. What in the heck am I supposed to say? I wanted to process it. It's kind of weird. I actually had a situation like this happen just a year previous, right? So we talk about how sometimes the universe will bring things to us.
Again,
yes.
Ask us whether or not we're sure we're committed to something else.
Right. Yeah. So a year previous, I had a very similar situation, and I said no to it, but it took me some time. That one was slightly different. They didn't live together anymore. I hadn't seen each other for 3 years or something like that. But anyway, back to this situation. So I was uncomfortable, and
you really liked him at this point too.
Oh, we had already connected as friends, so I felt so comfortable with him. He was someone that I felt supported me. If something was going on in my life, I knew he was going to be a rock for me. And he talked about us being us, like
a team.
A team, yeah. I loved it. And truth be told, he wasn't necessarily a guy that I would have picked out of a lineup and been like, this is my guy. But we just connected. In fact, once we were watching a movie at my house, and you know how it feels like you just fit together, like laying together and watching a movie. It just felt wonderful. We never were intimate. There was a definite deep connection between us. And so anyway, the final decision was, your life's messy.
Mm-hmm.
My life isn't messy.
Mm-hmm. And why do you want to take on a mess?
I don't need to.
I
got so much to offer. I have so much to offer.
And you have so many options.
So many options.
Why does this have to be your exclusive option?
It doesn't.
And you decided to cut it off.
Yeah.
Right? What happened? You saw a post on Facebook. It was just kind of...
He was relaying a conversation to me that he had with someone that I know, that we both know. He had received some mail that had to be signed for, and he is telling me that he told mutual person that we know that his wife, and I say wife in quotes, signed for the paper.
He called her his wife, not his
Yeah,
ex-wife.
He did.
Yep. And
And this is a guy I don't think would lie to me. I mean, there's no,
he didn't
our
have a
town's
history.
too
Yeah.
small to lie. And
Mhm.
I know too many people that he knows and vice versa. But I couldn't tell you a single word he said after wife.
Mhm.
And I sat there and I thought, what? So I said to him, I'm really sorry. I didn't hear anything you said. Because when you said my wife signed for this paper, I quit hearing you.
Mhm.
And he immediately got up, like realized how big of a deal that was. And I said, you don't understand. You know me and my tears, Jen.
It's okay. I gotcha.
I said, you don't understand. This man that you were speaking to, that I know, if he were ever to see you and me together and being affectionate, I would look like the other woman. I would look ridiculous. It would make me look bad. I'm not okay with that. And so the other option is for us to hide it, which I'm not okay with that either. I'm more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't stand for less than that, So Jen, that was the moment. I was done. So yeah, it's hard when they sneak it in after you've already been getting to know them. And this situation that, the letter that we received here, he lied to her.
Yeah.
And that's even worse, I feel like, because for me, at least, it was something that I should have asked him.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone that you're seeing as somebody believe that you are in a relationship with them? Is that, what are you divorced?
I do. I tell women when you meet a guy, and you can do it fun and playfully, you can go through the list. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a wife? Have you been married? Are you in the process of a divorce? Is there someone who believes that they are in a relationship with you and she doesn't know for sure otherwise? These are all great things that you should ask, and you should ask them all when you first start seeing a guy. Yes, there will be guys that lie straight out, but the majority of guys, especially when you put them on the spot like that, they're going to tell you the truth. And I feel like in this situation too, had you asked him, he would have told you right away.
Yeah, and I could have cut it off right then and said, well, reach out to me once it's have finalized. Your life.
Yeah, once your divorce is finalized.
Right.
Okay. One of the things that you found after you did cut this off finally, was it a couple days later, it was a friend on Facebook who posted about something.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, Jen, I can't remember. Do you remember what I said?
Yeah, she was talking about how she had been dated.
Oh my gosh, now I remember.
Yes. It was just a really good confirmation about that you'd made the right choice.
Yeah, that's this girl that was a girl I went to high school with. She posted that a man that she was in a relationship with for 7 years had just left her. They were planning to get married within the next year after his divorce was finalized.
They 7 years.
Spent 7 years together. And he left her to go back to his wife and children. I guess they're adult children, but he left to go back to his wife. And I thought, oh my gosh, could I have spent 7 years of my life in
this happens a lot. Yeah.
Twisted turmoil, tornado kind of life? No. I mean, I'm open and ready to begin my life with someone and to share amazing, inspiring connection, to grow and to blossom with someone else. I don't need your tornado ruining my trajectory to amazingness.
And when you connect yourself to that tornado, you're saying that no other option exists for you in the world besides the drama surrounded by this.
Right.
So honestly, for Miss Confused, I know you have deep feelings for this man, but A, I don't believe you when you say you really have your options open, and B, I'm not even sure you should be connected to him. In fact, I think you should disconnect from him. It's almost like it's being screamed at you not to do this with the exception of him. But I actually want to come to the final point of it, the final point that why I think you should walk away from him. And that was the yelling piece, him screaming at you, I hate you, I never want to see you again. And I think men like this will reveal themselves early on. And I think he just did. I think he revealed a good portion of who he is. And you may have seen, a lot of men have an extremely sweet side, but he revealed that when you were just asking for what you needed. That's very telling in a man. And a lot of us women, although I'm not going to lie to you, I don't think you're going to listen to me. I have to say, I think you should listen to me, but I don't think you will, because a lot of women in this situation, they don't listen to the advice I have because they've already wrapped their identity in being with him. I think you should take that as a very good indication. Even your family feels that way. There's a reason why they don't want you to be with him. That would be the primary reason. That's a very telling sign of who a man has the potential to be, regardless of how sweet he can be otherwise. If you're asking for what you want and he loses his shit on you and says really hateful things, believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Believe him in that moment. Okay, Lover Girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
An adored woman always deserves a man who is free and clear to date. A man who is separated or in the process of divorce is not free and clear.
Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com. Hey, Lover Girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about man-tourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.